Well, hello, hello, hello. Great awakening, great afternoon, great evening, just depending on where you are tuning in the world. It's a privilege to be on this platform with you all, this rising, and to be able to share this information that I know can make a lifelong impact, and not just for you, but for generations to come. My name is Miss Alicia Yarbrough. I'm also affectionately known as Miss CEO Mom Coach Lee. And like I said, it's just an honor to be on this rising to really create the impact, right? And to do my part for myself and for my family, but also for this company and this platform. Thank you to Mr. Edwin Haynes, who was the president of Economy and my what you would call direct mentor in this you call mentor, I always call Sir G3, Mr. David Guilty, because he is a guide for me, a guru, and just in all aspects of life, not just this. And he's guilty in bringing out the champion, whosoever allows. And that's the environment that we have here, right? And so we have that in Mr. Edwin Haynes. We have that in our CEO, Mr. Hassan Mahmoud. And then we have other leaders that are connected to this platform, Mr. Ronell Sylvester, Mr. Leroy Perkins, Kevin Stanford, Miss Andrea Hodge, and also Mrs. Haynes. Like the people that we attract here and the leadership that we have are people who are people of integrity, and people who have seen success. And so that's who you get to partner with in some type of way, directly or indirectly. And we also believe in the direct vision of economy, or we couldn't be connected to this, right? So let me go ahead and get started because I'm getting ahead of I'm very passionate in what I do, and I believe in it because first of all, I see it working for myself. And even if I didn't though, I see it working for the masses, both internationally and domestic. People are being impacted, and that is a part of our mission, is to impact 1 million families, y'all. Women all over this world. So let me pause really quickly. As I'm saying impacting 1 million families all over this world, I want to see, who do we have here? Who do we have present? But who's in the chat? What cities, what countries are represented here? Let's see who we have. I'm gonna start from the top. We have North Carolina, Miss Stella, Miss Curl, Raleigh, North Carolina, Tommy from South Haven, Austin, D. Austin from Louisville. Let's see, Miss Nancy, Chicago, Miss Lynette, Rocky Mount, again, North Carolina, Miss Latasha from Illinois. Let's see, Forest Coach Knight, St. Louis, Mr. Jason, North Carolina, Miss Nancy from Portland, Oregon, Miss Life Lounge, Miss Kimaya from Chicago, Mr. Lenny from Louisville, Kentucky, Miss Nicole from Arizona. See, look, all over North Carolina, Lithonia, Georgia, Miss Lakeisha, Louisville, Kentucky, Robin from Bronx, New York. I see y'all representing. Keith Williams, Greenville, Mississippi. Debbie Foreman, Nashville, North Carolina. We are represented everywhere. And that's because people are seeing that through economy, they can live a life that's elevated, right? So many people are just going through the motions in life. And so that when we're sharing this information and then taking it a step further, we're sharing what we call proof of concept, proof of work that we can just show you in our phone. Hey, this is what I'm doing. Do you want to participate or not? This is the impact that it's making in my life, right? People are like, what? Because so many people with inflation that's going on, they're working 2 and 3 jobs. I learned that the middle class is $373,000 plus a year. So that means that most people are falling in the upper poor. Y'all think about that, upper poor. That's crazy. So with us having a proof of work and proof of concept and showing people that through this platform and through the people of the platform, because it's the people that create the platform, you can live a life that's elevated, that you can have access not just to leadership, but to the right leadership, the right technology, the right strategies to help you design the life that you want. Because it's not that people haven't tried or done other things, and that's the issue. It's like, well, I've tried, but did you have it the right opportunity that you were sitting in front? And then you got to look at yourself. Was I the right person to see that right opportunity in that time? Because timing is absolutely everything, right? And so, as I said, we're growing. We just launched, I think it was in March, in Las Vegas in the US. So the opportunity here is still so very wide open. If you have eyes to see, if you're the right person and you really grab a hold of what we have, and why are so many people being attracted to Economy and to this platform and to our leaders? And we're seeing it in the back office day after day after day. It's people that are coming in all over the world, right? That's because we're getting people on the right hand side of the money, on the right side of the money. We're giving out financial awareness to show them, okay, we know that you're probably an employee or self-employed when we're looking at this cash flow quadrant, because that's where 95% of the population falls. 60% are employees, 35% are self-employed, but they're still trading their time for money, right? And I've been all over this cash flow quadrant. I started out as an employee. I have a degree in accounting and business management, and I did international taxes with a big five accounting firm in New York. And if I said the name, they are still very prevalent right now. But I was like, it didn't speak to the being and to the spirit of who I am. I was searching for freedom, and it was like the finances were amazing. But to go in and it was dark, and to leave in the evening and it was dark, I was like, this is not it. And this is before I even was married or had children or had a family, but I was always looking towards my future, and I couldn't see me doing that long term, right? My joy, my peace, I wanted that just as much as I wanted the finances. And so I moved into that second quadrant of being self-employed. I went into the beauty industry. I was a licensed master stylist for 10 years, a salon owner for 5 years, and I did very well in the beauty industry. That was my version of freedom then, because that's all that I knew, right? I actually, while I was in college, I was doing hair while I was in college. And so like that was just a natural thing for me. I've always been real creative, and I've always liked to make an impact in the lives of people, right? But it was still limitations. I had to schedule everybody into 3 days a week. And those 3 days I was on, just like I was when I was in corporate America. I was on those 3 days. I might have went in at 4 in the morning, and sometimes I didn't leave until 4 the next morning, just depending on how I made my schedule. And so again, I always wanted to be, when I did have children, and I had children later in life, according to most people, I didn't start to have children until I was 30. I just knew I wanted to be present, right? I wanted to be that stay-at-home mom. And I was like, I still can't do that with this system and the way it's set up. And so I transitioned to being the stay-at-home mom, and then I got into the network marketing industry, but then and the leadership with Mr. Guilty. And so I saw that I could finally tap into a system that worked in spite of me. I became that true business owner, right? Where I didn't necessarily have to show up like I did in the salon. And so we're going to show you how you can be a part of this 5%, where you can have an online business structure that can grow in spite of you, where you can leverage, right? You want to leverage, and we're actually leveraging each other. And I'll show you what that looks like, because I know a lot of times people think, well, it's just all the people at the top that makes the money. No, we have true profit sharing here. And then you can become that investor where your money is actually going to work for you, where you can master the money game instead of having the money master you. And I mean, like, if you think about it, if people knew how to really tap into this passive income, a lot of their problems will be solved. That's why I say we're the solution. We're absolutely, I can listen to a conversation, right? If you listen to what people are telling you, then you can give them the right prescription. And it's so many things that I'm going to show you that we have here that can be the prescription of whatever it is that you're facing in life, right? And Mr. Hassan Mahmood, our CEO, he knew the power of passive income because he came from humble beginnings himself, and now he is a world-renowned financial expert, right? Spoken in multiple countries, 62 countries. And that is his purpose. Look at that. He has helped tens of thousands worldwide Learn the power of passive income. The power, not linear income, where we were on that left-hand side of the cash flow quadrant. Linear income is where you have to show up for not just every dollar, but every penny. And when I saw through this platform, because we're going to be talking about investing, right? When I saw through this platform that I made, what was it? It was like 9 cents, 12 cents right from my phone. I was all in. I just had to see that it was true because I had heard of Forex, and that's one of the industries that we're going to be talking about for years, but I never really fully tapped into it because, again, we're trained, our subconscious thinking, we are trained to tap into and to exchange our time for money because that's what's been stored into most people's wealth files, right? And so when you're getting in front of information like this, if this is not a norm for you, if your family didn't instill in you that this is the correct way or the proper way to make money, even though it sounds good to your spirit, your mind may overthink it and say, I don't know about this, this must be a scam, right? All of these things have been subconsciously stored into our thinking that determines our actions, and we're moving on autopilot, and it's not even our own thoughts, it's the thoughts that somebody else put inside of us. And so as I'm speaking to you on this morning, this rising, this evening, wherever it is that you are tuning in from, I want to shake you up a little bit. I'm staying here for a second because I'm building the foundation and I'm opening you up. So first of all, you can see yourself. So as I do give you this information that can be life-changing and make an impact, you're more open to receive it because you're like, wait a minute, no, I haven't heard this information before. Or yes, my family does make money in a certain way. And so I don't want to just subconsciously reject it when it can be what I was absolutely praying for, right? Because we are tapping into the world's three largest financial markets here: the cryptocurrency market, the stock market, and the Forex market, the foreign exchange market, with the foreign exchange market being the largest market in the world. And we say on average, it generates about $66.7 trillion. I just saw the other day that it said about 7.1, $7.4 trillion a day, not annually, $1 trillion. It is a global market and it operates 24/5. It is open 24 hours a day, about 5.5 days a week, that you have the ability to profit right from your phone. And what's cool about us is that you don't have to have the years of experience that it's taken some people to start profiting here. And I'm going to show you how. But no, we're going to tap into this market. And it's a market that you don't have to fear, right? Because you might be like, oh, you might have heard so many different things about the Forex market when you're really probably already participating in this market and you didn't even realize it. Because what the banks do is the banks take the money that we deposit and they make the profits in this market. So they're using your money and your money is making money, but you're not making money from the money that your money is making. Did you catch that? Hopefully you did. You're not making money from the money that you deposit is making in this market. But what you are doing is getting a savings account that's yielding you what, 0.001% entire year. Oh my God. So we want to get you in front of this information and explain to you what is it. Forex, the exchange between two different currency pairs. Y'all, that's it. That's all. If you travel internationally, you participated probably in the foreign exchange market as well. When I went to Mexico or wherever you travel, you give them the US dollar, they're going to give you the currency that's prevalent in that country, whether it's Dubai, Mexico, wherever you go, right? And so now, instead of being in that physical location, you can now trade currency pairs all over the world. The Japanese yen, the Great Britain pound, whatever it is, the Aussie dollar, whatever currency you want to tap into, you get to do that right from your phone. And that's what we're going to show you. And we're doing that by tapping into these services that we have here. Now we have our Economy Calibrate Academy, y'all. We going back to school. We're going back to school, and that's another reason why people be like, you know what, this might not be for me, because once you go through school, people like, look, I'm done with school. Whether it was just high school, whether you got a 4-year degree, whether you have your master's, a lot of people don't like the idea of going back to school. And why is that? Because that is part of the plan that they gave most people, and it didn't work. They told them to go to school, to get a good education, so you to get a good job and you can live this American dream. But they like, I did all of that and it's still not working. So why am I gonna go back to school? Our schooling looks a little bit different. Our schooling, you can tap into these markets and you can have the on-demand video training, right? So it's a personalized system. You may work all day or you may work at night, and then you may need to look at the video trainings in the morning where everybody else is at work. You can have that, right? We have on-demand video training. We have the live sessions with the educators where you, and I do like hopping into the live sessions because what they say is not like being in a room. It's not like being in that live session where you're getting the information in real time from the educator. You're seeing the feedback from other students. Other students may ask a question that you needed to hear the answer to, but you might not have known how to articulate that question. And so I love being in the live classes as well. And then like cocktailing it, still going back and looking at it again because I might not have retained all the knowledge while I was on that live class. And then you can have it a step further. Whoever you're connected to in this business, you can, okay, hey, guess what? I was on this class and they said this or that, or they was talking about, resistance and support, but I didn't quite understand what they were referring to. You have somebody there to help fill in the gaps. Because right now everybody can be YouTube certified, but it's so much information that's on YouTube. How do you know which information is the right information? And so we have a personalized way of you getting that information and still having that added support so you don't feel like you're alone. And we have it in English, Spanish, and Arabic. As I said, we're a global company, right? So you can definitely learn this skill of trading in the Forex market, of trading in the stock market, of trading in the crypto market. But what you're also able to do is you're able to utilize Solex. Right now, we're transitioning between Telegram and Solex, where you can get trade ideas. You can get alerts sent directly to your phone that tells you exactly what to do without you even looking at a class. So you can hop into this Forex market. You can know exactly where to enter, where to put your take profit, where to put your stop loss, right? Without having any education. That's what we give you the ability to do. Now, my personality, I want it all. I want to be able to know the education for myself, and I still want to be able to have the trade ideas. And I like to show you what my alerts sound like. Let me see if I can bring this up really quickly. Y'all hear that? That's money. That alerts me every day throughout the day. And sometimes it opens up natural conversations for me to talk to people because people turn their head to look like, it gets people's attention. But I know wherever I am and I hear that cha-ching, I need to stop because I need to look and see what trade idea was sent to me so that I can place that in my phone. And I was actually going live yesterday and sharing some of this information on my Facebook page. And I got a trade idea in real time. And I started not to take it because I was in the middle of the live and I saw it go across my screen, but I end up having my laptop with me in my car at the same time. And I was like, nah, I can hop in here. I got to make this money. That's the benefit of the lifestyle that we have, that whatever I'm doing, because I'm blessed to do this full time. And so as I'm out and about and I'm living this lifestyle, I can take these trade ideas and I can make money on the go. That How many people, from just the information that I shared with you so far in just that statement, how many people do you know that need what we have, and why I say that we're the solution? Because they need that second, third income, even if it's a two-person household, right? They already have that first job. They're clocking out. They're going to the second job. What if they knew that they could get alert like I do every single day throughout the day? And this could be their second source of income so they wouldn't have to leave their families for an extended period of time throughout the day. And now I've worked all day. I'm tired. And then when I get home, I get to see my family for a couple of hours. That's not the life elevated that we were just talking about, right? So again, we're making that impact. And then to take it a step further, so we have the educators who have 10, 20, 30 years of experience, but we're also tapping into AI technology with our Manara system. we have a bot that is going to scan the market and look at the best trade that fits the personalization that you've input into that system. So this is as you've learned a little bit and you know your trading style, you know what currency pairs you like to focus on, you know what patterns you like to see. It may be a double top, it may be a bat, whatever it is, what time frames you like to trade on, right? You're going to put all of that into that Monara system, and then it's going to send you personalized trade ideas from the currency pairs that you set right to your Telegram account. And that gives people a lot of comfort because a lot of people would trust in that technology. They may not trust in themselves, but they may trust in the technology. And it gives people a peace of mind in knowing, hey, it's not just my own. Even with the educators, some people may look like they still human too, but they'll trust the technology, right? Because what we do in trading here, it's about 10% skill and about 90% mindset. So you get over those emotions of seeing the fluctuations in the market, right? And you can be even killed and just look at the information that the market is giving you. The information is not good or bad, it's just information. And if you can do a proper analysis based on that, then you can make the profits. And that's what this AI technology is doing for us. This was actually a trade idea that was given for me for gold, right? This was a double top. And so on the left-hand side of the screen, that is the bot that sent me that. On the right-hand side of the screen was my actual trade that I placed. And it hit how this AI technology said it was hit. I was able to enter into the market, as you can see right here from this candlestick. Now, as you can see, the market went up. Now, this is a good illustration of how with Forex and even with our stock options that I'll talk about in a second, you can make money when the market is going up or down, right? And so that's what makes it different. And actually, that's what essentially makes it recession proof. So in this trade, the market went up. Now, if it continued to go up and hit this red line, it would hit my stop loss. And I would have got a loss, which we call a lesson, but it didn't. It set it far enough where it had that room to move up. It came all the way back down. And so I went in for a sell when the market is going down and I hit profit. And this automatically closed out my trade in profit without me being present, without me looking at the screen, without me babysitting this trade. And I opened up my phone the next day and I had made profit while I was just absolutely living my life. And that's what we give the opportunity for people to do. Now, I told you we're tapping into the world's three largest financial markets. We talked about the Forex market. Now we're going to navigate over into the stock market, y'all. And and finding my space here, I've done other things, so I've been life insurance licensed. I've had my license in securities in Series 6 and Series 63. And so I would sit down with people, I would look at their portfolios and see how they were diversified and were they properly prepared for retirement. And I say all of that to say that most people, when they look at stocks, they just look at it as a retirement base of buying and holding, right? And so you're going to buy low and you're going to sell high. But what about when the market plummets or takes a temporary retracement and comes down? People are in a panic. We're learning with the stock options that again, we can make money when that market is going down without even taking ownership and purchasing that stock. We get to borrow stocks for a specified period of time and profit for them and then say thank you and hand them right back over, right? And this is our educator, Miss Jessica Ramos, and this woman, she absolutely knows her stuff. She is exclusive to us, and we're able to take that information and be empowered and then empower other peoples because people might not be familiar with the Forex, but people are familiar with the stock options. And so when I give people the illustration of okay, a lot of times I use Tesla. Say Tesla was trading at $200, $240 a share. In order to get 100 shares of stock, you would have to have over $24,000 to do that. But with stock options, if I'm able now to go in and get that same share, borrow it now at a discounted price of $5.50, or let's just say $5, right? And get one contract, and it's 100 shares per contract, I can now get that same amount of shares for $500 that I would have had to purchase for over $24,000. It's more of an ease of entry for the latter, right? Most people can have a $500 sitting aside, but they might not have that 24,000. And so if I have personally in my portfolio Tesla, this is a way for me to hedge against the market fluctuations, right? To protect myself. So as that stock is temporarily going down, I'm actually, like I did on that AI. Let's go back to that. Like I did when the market was going down right here. So as the market is going down, let's just say I borrowed the contracts when it was up here, right? I rolled that thing down. I made a profit. Now I have more money, more capital to purchase that Tesla stock when essentially it's on sale. So it went from, let's say, 240 down to $150. Now I can buy more shares of that Tesla stock because I've earned that capital. And now when that Tesla shoots back up, I'm making money again. So I always like to say that we're showing people not just how to make money, but we're showing people how to multiply your money. And then how to invest your money. So the money that I essentially made in the foreign exchange market, I multiplied that money. I took the profits from that. I didn't have to come out of my account. I invested it in the stock options. The market is going down, but I'm okay. I'm not in my feels because I'm profiting and I'm doubling or tripling my money again. And if you look at this, this was directly from Miss Jessica Ramos in our Telegram. She said right here, earnings can be about 25 to 50,000 if you are new to stock options. If you're experienced, this is a year. 75 to 150,000 if you have experience. Do you need an additional 25 to 50,000? Is any of this guaranteed? No, it is not. I'm gonna put that disclaimer out there. The success that we've made in the past does not guarantee the success in the future. Not at all. But I would say personally, this is absolutely working for me. This is working for people that I'm connected to. I have one of my direct affiliates within this has, as we get into the business side, she's operating the business side. She's trading as well, but just from the business side alone, she has money sitting in an account, right? That she gets to pull from. When she has her retirement account, that's coming in monthly, but she's not limited to that because she has other flows and other streams of income from the Forex, from this stock options, from money sitting in the coin zone. That's how we're allowing people to live a life that's elevated. And we're fully transparent from week after week and the results that we get. Right. So I would say on average, we normally have about an 80 to 85% success rate. This wasn't last week. They haven't put out last week's result or this prior week's result. This was from the week before, where we had a 74% success rate. Now, but I'm going to put that in real time to you. Okay. So let's just say at the smallest slot size, which is 0.01. Now, where I am, 0.01 is 10%, is 10 cents, right? So if we had over 9,000 pips at minimum, if you tapped into that, that was $966 for that week. If it was $1 per pip, that's over $9,000 for you that week. So these results are going to vary by your account size, by your risk management, by your lot size, what you're willing to leverage. And so that at the lowest, that was over $900 for that week. What will people in this economy right now do with that? And then for this, let me see, y'all, because I'm not going to attempt to do this with the stock options. It's not shown in pips, it's shown in points. But she says to take that 294, I'm gonna be accurate, 0.25, and multiply that by 55. Oh, for the week, oh my gosh, y'all. I'm gonna let y'all do that. This says over 16,000 from the different wins that we had last week. Or yeah, was this one? This one was actually May 20th through 24th. Okay. So, and that was 27 wins and one lesson. We had a 96% success rate. So it's up to you and how you determine how you want to tap into all of this is given, but we're giving the trade ideas. from the educator. So we're collapsing the time frames. Again, when you're talking about becoming a trader, becoming an investor, a lot of people have all of these fears. They don't know if they can do it. But what if you tap into somebody who's already doing it? Somebody, I get to go in at week one and trade like somebody who's had 30 years of experience. And I get to essentially trade, have that same trade that they're putting in their same portfolio. And then let that for the stock options as we're having this conversation. You know, Mr. Guilty was telling some of us that's connected to him that if you are consuming it, then guess what? You should be profiting from it. And so we had one of the ladies to go in and make a stock options trade with Dollar Tree. She's like, okay, I go to Dollar Tree all the time. But now guess what? Instead of just consuming, going in there and getting odds and ends from Dollar Tree, now she's profiting from Dollar Tree. So everything that we're doing on a daily basis now, instead of just being again on that right-hand side of the cash flow quadrant, trading our time for money and being the consumer, now we can be the investor and we can profit from these same establishments that we're giving our money to. Now they're giving it back to us. It is so powerful in what we have here. And this is the coin zoom that I was talking about, that as you're building your business, this is where we get paid. It's also an exchange. So you can also purchase cryptocurrency on here and profit that way. Like, we are really just making people financially aware of what's available for them and how it can make an impact in their lives. And that's the difference between just being financially literate. When I think of being literate, I just have a bunch of information, but I may not even know how it can apply to my life and how I can benefit and be better, right? But that's what we're doing here, all for $149. If you're here in the US. Now, internationally in other countries, it's $235. There is a weekly tuition. There is a monthly tuition. It's every 4 weeks of $99 in the US and then $149 international. Now, here I can speak from the US standpoint. That $99, a lot of times that's where people have the hesitation. They don't mind that initial investment of $149, especially after what all I've shown you, right? And I don't know why that $99 every 4 weeks is like a pause. And like, I don't know if I want to keep up with that. Well, if I just showed you the profit that you can make, even in paying that monthly tuition, it's going to come out of your profit and not your pocket, right? That's one. But two is that $99, now you're in pursuit of a profit, and that opens you up to so much more. And I'm going to show you how, right? I'm going to come back to Plutus in just a second. I want to get over here. And this is how I roll, y'all. I'm going to come back to those because this is the conversation. That opens you up to being this business owner. And as you're this business owner, now you're in pursuit of a profit. Now you can tap into everything that we said before, but you can also make this weekly income by sharing this with other people. And so that $99 now, you can have a home-based business where your mortgage can be a write-off, where your light and gas could be a write-off, whereas I'm going out and about, right, and traveling, my gas mileage is a write-off as I'm traveling to different countries and different cities, because wherever I go, the business goes. So I say I'm a walking write-off. So I'm intentional about everything that I do, right? So let's look at this for a moment. The lady that I was just speaking of, she has hit one of the first levels of Influencer 500, right? And I think personally, she has 4 people enrolled. So right here, minimum, you have to have 3 minimum enrolled. She has personally 4 people enrolled, but she still has total 20 people that are connected to her. So that refutes that argument that just the people at the top are making money, because people that I have personally are connected to me have been placed with her, and other people that are connected to her, we're all helping each other build. So now she's getting a weekly payout of $125, right? Weekly. Monthly, it adds up to $500. Let's go back over here. Let's go back to where we talked about how much it is for us to start. Now, I just to cause her pause and say, nah, I don't know about this because of that I don't know about this because of that $99. Well, in 1 week, just from that side of the business, that $125 takes care of that $99 on top of the Forex, on top of the stock options, and the other things that we have to profit from, right? Now, these are some of the other add-ons that we do have to profit from, which is our Plutus and our binary options. Now, with Plutus, these are more volatile pairs. They're faster moving. Our indices, our metals, our US 30, our Japanese 225, natural gas, whatever they're putting out, Bitcoin is even giving out in Plutus. That's why I love that you can get on my time. It comes on about 9:20 Eastern Standard Time, and you're right there with the educator, and they're giving you the entry points. And just the other day, we had entry points, but we had take profits for both the buy and the sell. And it was in NAS one. Was it NAS 100? Yeah, it was NAS 100. And so I was able to profit from both when it went up and then when it shot down as well, right there in the live trading session. And so, and that's only an additional $25 a month. Everything else that I talked to you prior to that, all of that is included, right? So it's so many ways that you can profit. And this right here is another way that I'm profiting right from my phone, getting that years of experience from this live educator, and just the adrenaline that is present when we're having those sniper strategies and hopping in and out of the market. I absolutely love that. And then with RFX, with I binary options, y'all, now if you're a gambler, that this is definitely will be your thing. With binary options, is you all in. It's a win or a lesson, right? It's high frequency trading. Again, you're on class with live educators, and you're either you're gonna go in for either a buy or a sell. So you're gonna say either the market is gonna go higher or lower, right? And so you're going to either hit higher or lower. It's going to be a timer that counts down. And if you hit lower and the market stays down below your point of entry, by the time that time runs out, then guess what? Boom, 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 you got a profit. And so again, if you like being in Vegas and hitting those buttons, that may be for you. That's an additional $25 a month as well. But again, being in the energy, being on the live classes with the educators, having them to hop in and seeing that, like, I love that. That's my personality. I have high risk tolerance when it comes to the Forex and the crypto and all of, so I have all of these things, and they're profiting. They're working well for me personally. And here is our scoreboard again. Look at this. 640 pips, 100% win rate, 4,210 pips, 83% success rate, right? With our binary options, 61 wins, 13 lessons, one break even, 80. Do you see how we are the solution? You come in and you personalize this of whatever speaks to your personality. If you just want to be a student of the education and get the trade ideas, that's fine, right? If you want to be a student and then have those add-ons of the Plutus and the binary options, you can do that. If you want to tap in and have this as a business and start tapping into write-offs, you can do that. Like, just have a conversation with whoever invited you out. This is our crypto side of it. This is the DeFi verse. It's kind of a mirror image to what we have with the Solex for the foreign exchange market. Again, the live educators, the trade ideas that come out, the on-demand video training, right? And it also talks about, though, the psychology of the market. You'll learn about airdrops. You'll learn about, what is it, coinmarket.com, where you can learn how to research not just the king and queen that you're probably most familiar with, Bitcoin and Ethereum, but what about the other altcoins that supporting the Bitcoin and its movement? You get to learn about those different coins that you can even hop into and make a quick profit real quick and get out, or you can trade those throughout the day. And that's one thing about crypto, it never sleeps. Never. It's open literally 24/7. So right now I can pick up my phone and I can get on my phone and I can trade in the cryptocurrency market and I can profit. So it's we are the solution. right? You're partnered with the right leadership. You partner with the right technology. You're partnered with the right strategies. Look at this, 10 years of trading cryptocurrencies, master in market psychology and price action concepts, the co-creator, 7 years of trading cryptocurrency, blockchain and AI solution specialist. This is who you have as your educator. So now instead of you having to wait 12 years in order to get it right, you can have an additional $69 per month if you want this as an add-on. Is that worth having now that 12-year experience that you don't have to go through? Or if you want this standalone and you don't want all the other stuff, is it worth the value of investing $149? You're collapsing the time frame. Do you know what it takes in order to master a skill, to be in it consistently for 12 years, to go through the ebbs and flows and the emotional turmoil sometimes of learning and mastering a skill? You don't have to go through all of that with any of these platforms. For it to only be an 149, I look at what it costs for my degree in accounting and business management. I look at what it costs for me to be a master stylist, the investment of both of those, and how it lacked in the time freedom, and how I still have a Sally Mae from my cosmetology license. I wasn't aware that I could have something like this to invest $149 in myself, or $200 in my, or $300 in myself one time, and then have a monthly overhead of added up maybe $200 to tap into the knowledge and the expertise of people who've put years of experience into this. And in one day I can take a trade idea and I can collapse my time frames and I can make that same profit. We have all of that. And it's so many different ways. You don't want to operate this as a business. You still want that tuition to be covered. Go and get other students. Go and share the value. Go and show them how I just made $25 right from my phone, even if it's a demo account, a demonstration account. You don't have to start out in a live account where you're actually utilizing your money. You can start out in a demonstration account where it's fake money and say, this is what I'm learning. This is what I'm able to do. You showing value and other people want to hop in as a student with you. We have that scholarship program that's called 3 and Free. You have 3 people that's doing this and they're staying active in their subscription. Yours is covered. Personalization is key. We've already talked about that. But what we're going to get on this is 2 types of people: those who make it happen and those who don't. That's it. That's all. Those who make it happen and those who don't. And you know what hurts more sometimes than those who don't? Those who almost. Like, it's people who do it and it's people who almost do it. And to me, that's worse than not doing anything at all. Like, don't be on the fence. Be quick to make this decision. It's resonating already with your spirit. It's just your thoughts. We already talked about those wealth files, and your subconscious mind is guiding your life. You got to cause a interrupt and say, look, my spirit is agreeing with this. I'm going to go ahead and start, make that decision, and then make this decision the right decision. I did this. Now I'm going to make it right. I see that it's already profiting and working for so many other people. How come it won't work for me? If you say, it ain't gonna work for me, guess what? You're absolutely right. But if you say, nah, this is about to work for me, how can I? If you can remain a student and be open and be coachable, teachable, and trainable, and glean from people who are already seeing the success here that you desire, absolutely can. Will it be right away? Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know your background and what environment that you come from, right? I don't know where you are in life and what you're ready for at this moment. So everybody's at a different stage, right? So you may come in and you may go through a lot of process in the beginning before you get to the progress and the production. Somebody else may come in and boom, have progress right away because that they're a different level of mindset and thinking in their life. And you might have another person who come in and they just master this thing on all sides. And you're like, how did that happen? Well, you didn't see where they were going through their process and their progress before they got to this point in life. And so now when they came here, they were already primed and ready. So never compare yourself in anything that you're doing. Just look at how you're continuing to grow and move forward and how it is working for you or how it can, right? So now is the time to act. Hopefully I've produced enough value and I've shown you enough to say, I need in, I want in. How can I send me the link? What do we need to do, right? So get back to the person who cared enough about you to invite you on this line. Because what happens with this, a lot of times people can feel like we're pressuring them and it's just for our benefit when they don't realize, no, I really want you in front of this information so I can create an impact in your life. I'm doing this for you because I'm already tapping in and it's working for me. And I want it to work for you however you need it to. So now is the time to act. Don't waver on the fence. The longer that you wait, more than likely, it'll never happen. So thank the person that invited you on the line. Get back with them, have a conversation, get your questions answered. Thank you all for being on this line, for giving me your attention early Saturday morning. Thank you to Mr. Haynes and Mr. Hassan Mahmoud for this platform. Thank you, Mr. Guilty, for all your leadership and your development day after day, pulling me into every single day I am becoming, and it is a wonderful journey. Thank you to the other leaders here that come alongside the gentleman to make us have that strong environment that creates champions in life and in business. This has been my time. I am grateful. Miss Alicia, Miss CEO Mom, Coach Lee, enjoy the rest of your weekend.